Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and on your way to the ring right now here on Smackdown, it is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. It's Sami Zayn, and if you missed the Payback PPV, go and take a look because you would witness Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns to kick off the Payback PPV. And what a match it was. Sami Zayn getting the big win he's been searching for in his career. He finally got the big one. He beat Reigns, and now he faces Finn Balor at Extreme Rules. He faces Balor at Extreme Rules for the championship, so we'll check in to see what Sami Zayn has to say about his big win. A few years ago, I made my Raw debut here in Universe Mode, and I was looking to come to Raw, set the world on fire, and become the next big thing here in WWE. But I spent over 2 years working and getting absolutely nowhere. I tried my absolute ass off to get to the top. I tried to win the United States Championship a number of times, but I continued to fail. So when I came here to Smackdown, I was honestly not expecting much. But when Edge told me when he drafted me that he believed in me, and he was going to give me the opportunity that I've never gotten before, the chance to shine, the chance to prove that I can hang with the best, that was all I needed. And then once again, I failed. I got a reality check. Roman Reigns beat me when I tried to get my opportunity against the WWE Champion, Finn Balor. Reigns beat me, but I finally got the win I wanted at Payback. And now, at Extreme Rules, I get my chance. I get my chance to prove to the world that I'm good enough to... Well, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the lunatic fringe, Dean Ambrose, the former champion himself, a man who we haven't seen much of in the past month since losing at WrestleMania. Well, he's back here on Smackdown, and he's going to be confronting Sami Zayn face to face. Not sure what this is all about. Maybe Dean Ambrose isn't exactly thrilled that Sami Zayn is getting a title shot, and he's not. We'll check in to see what Ambrose has to say to Zayn. So you're the one who beat Roman Reigns, huh? You're the next big contender for this brand. You're the next guy to step up and face the champ. Who? A guy who's been getting beaten for the past 2.5 years straight? Listen, I know Edge has made some mistakes as the SmackDown general manager, and he signed some idiots, he spent way too much money on some guys, but seriously, we couldn't find a guy better than you? I mean, honestly, I'm sitting in the back at Payback, and I'm wondering, what the hell am I doing in the back? I should be in this ring. I should be out there competing to become the #1 contender. But you know why I'm not? Because the SmackDown GM Edge has a grudge against me. He's not happy that I lost at WrestleMania and cost him the first draft pick. Well, Edge, I'm sorry. But now, I'm going to take matters in my own hands. If Edge won't let me be on the show, then so be it. I'm going to come on the show on my own merit. Sami Zayn, I think you suck. I think you're not good enough to face Finn Balor at Extreme Rules, and you're going to lose, and you're going to waste everybody's time. If you want to prove that you're so good, you want to prove that you're good enough to take on the champ, then prove it by beating me right here tonight. If I have to go through you to prove to the world that I'm good enough, then so be it. Tonight, you and me one-on-one, and I'll even put my Extreme Rules opportunity on the line. Are you serious? Sami Zayn, you could lose your opportunity at Extreme Rules. This guy... he's gonna be an idiot. What is he doing? What is he thinking? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that match will take place later on tonight. But first, here on this week's main event, we have the matchup of the Spirit Squad up against the Prime Time Players. We also have Eva Marie. She'll be going one-on-one with Naomi. And in our main event, on this week's main event, Kurt Hawkins goes one-on-one with the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin. So the Spirit Squad against the Primetime Players is going to be the Spirit Squad. They've done it again. They're getting some wins. Bit of momentum for the newest signings to SmackDown. Naomi gets a win over Eva Marie. And Baron Corbin knocks off Kurt Hawkins. Well, over to SmackDown now, ladies and gentlemen. And this week we have the former champion Cesaro, who'll be going one-on-one against the Big Show. Looking to bounce back after his loss to Braun Strowman at Payback. Becky Lynch will go one-on-one with Natalya. We're looking for the next contender for the Women's Championship. And we're going to see this team for the first time. Rhyno and Randy Orton, they're teaming up. to take on the Vaudevillains. Well, can this makeshift team actually get along? Can they work? We'll find out tonight. And also, the match that we said a moment ago. Sami Zayn, Dean Ambrose, one-on-one for an opportunity to take on Finn Balor at Extreme Rules. I don't know what the hell Sami Zayn thinking. He can put his opportunity on the line. He's already the #1 contender. Why risk it? We'll find out later. Cesaro versus The Big Show. It's going to be Cesaro gets a bounce back win. He needed that one. Becky Lynch versus Natalya. It's going to be Becky Lynch with the victory. And we'll see how Rhino and Randy Orton fare as a tag team. It's time for some tag team action as the Vaudevillains are up against the team of Rhino and Randy Orton. Vaudevillains have been one of the better teams here on Smackdown in recent times, and now that D-Generation X is no more, Shawn Michaels' contract has officially expired. It will not be renewed, which means, well, Smackdown have a lot of money to play with. I think over $450,000 to play with. And if you are aware of the new salary cap, that could mean a big name free agent signing coming away. And by the way, if you want to check out what free agents are available, there is now the page available on the website BrendenPlayz.com, and you can also check out the link in the description down below. Plenty of traction on the page so far, so if you haven't already checked it out, make sure you do so. And by the way, question I had, are the legends available to sign? Yes, they are, but keep in mind, they are worth a lot, so they aren't exactly that easy to sign. And if you want to sign one, you have to spend a lot of the salary cap to do so. Anyways, more on that another time. Right now, we're going to see Rhino and Randy Orton team up. Now, if you're wondering, why are these guys teaming up? What's going on here? Why? Well, what happened is that Rhino actually got 2 victories in a row over Randy Orton, which I guess surprised all of us. I don't think many of us really expected Randy Orton to lose to Rhino, and let alone twice in a row. Former world champion Randy Orton. And at the Payback PPV, Rhino came to Randy Orton backstage and extended his hand and said, "You know what? We should try being a tag team. You know, let's not be enemies. Let's be friends. Let's put our skills together and let's try a hand at the tag division." So here comes the Viper Randy Orton, and you know, I don't blame them, because as we just saw D-Generation X, they're no more. That means there's a huge opening in the tag division. And, well, we know Randy Orton won't be the #1 contender for the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules. So Orton, he's got no world title picture coming his way anytime soon. So he's thinking, well, why not get myself some more championship gold, maybe, or silverware? Why not keep myself in the title hunt? And if Rhino wants to be attacked, let's see how this thing goes. Let's give it a try, and let's see how it goes. And that's what we're going to see in this matchup tonight. We're going to see how this tag team goes. Randy Orton hasn't really been involved in the tag division all that much here in Universe Mode. Neither has Rhino. Both guys have been single superstars. Rhino has been competing for that US title over on Raw quite a lot, and now he's come to SmackDown and had immediate success. And Rhino, hang on, good start here. Big German suplex on Aiden English. Well, if you want to impress your tag team partner, that's one way to go about it. But just to finish that off, Rhino's been competing for that US title. He's come to SmackDown. He's had immediate success. Randy Orton, however, is kind of been involved in the world title picture, but as of late, just slipping down a little bit and kind of not in the title picture as of right now. Could definitely get an opportunity, and Randy Orton versus Finn Balor is a match that I personally would love to see. But at the moment, hang on. And English drops the elbow off the top, connects. So both guys, this is probably the perfect time. If they want to make this a tag team, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I guess with those 2 victories over Randy Orton, maybe Randy Orton now has some respect for Rhino, and Rhino obviously respects Randy Orton. 2 veterans coming together, it could be the perfect tag team. Who knows? They could lose tonight, and that tag team may be all over. They might have another match down the line. Who knows? Anything could happen. Maybe these guys win here tonight, and they, catapult themselves into the title picture. It's all possible. Vaudevillains, on the other hand, they'll be looking to get themselves a big win tonight, as they know there's an opportunity to take on Enzo and Cass in the future. Here's the power Rhino. What about that? Some great power on display there. So the Vaudevillains, they know this is an important time. This is really a bit of a huge time for the tag division, because there's so many opportunities now available. It's really a matter of which team's going to step up and try and take it. Who's going to be the team to step up and earn that opportunity? We're going to find out. Randy Orton in the match for the first time after Aiden English. We'll get him in the corner. This is never good. This is not a good place to be if you're Aiden English. This could be trouble. Orton now looking to take him off the top of the rope for the superplex. connecting, and English could be in some trouble here. Randy Orton decides not to go for the cover. Feels as though he needs to do a little bit more to English, maybe a fair point. Getting superplexed off the top is never easy to come back from. Rolling senton there by English. English might need to look for a tag here and get his partner Simon Gotch in. I think he might be heading over to do such a thing now, and he will. And that's a smart tag, because at the moment, English was just not quite getting the better of Randy Orton. As Orton now, he's in. Tried to go with the back body drop. Instead, Gotch gets the better of him, hits the uppercut. And all of a sudden, the Vaudevillains are back in it. Well, we haven't seen too much, well, tag team work between Rhino and Orton yet. I'll be wondering if we actually see any at all. Well, these guys, who are two great single superstars, just look to do it all them by themselves. That's the problem when you see two good single superstars come together. They don't have that chemistry. They're not looking to use each other as a team. Whereas, you know, look at the Vaudevillains. They're in sync with one another. They're looking to use each other as support, use each other to try, you know, hit moves on the opponent, or all these types of things. Hang on a second. Orton going up to the top of the rope now, side against it. Whereas Rhino and Orton, two single guys, might be looking to just treat this as a singles match with a chance to take a bit of a 5-minute breather. And I guess you come in that mentality, some guys can make it work for sure. But more often than not, it doesn't. There's Rhino with a distraction in the corner, knocking Gotch off the corner. And I don't know what Simon Gotch was thinking. You go in the corner where Rhino is standing. What do you think's going to happen? He's just going to let you jump off the top of the rope? Of course it's not going to work. So Simon Gotch making a crucial error there. Orton blocks the suplex, turns into one of his own. And follows up with a knee as well. So far so good here for Orton and Rhino. They're still in it. They're not doing too bad here. They keep this momentum going. Let's see how far they can get. We need a night would be crucial. As Orton, hang on. He's going for the superplex. No, hang on. He's going for the DDT! Using the top rope for extra leverage. That is what Randy Orton is all about. Massive cover here. Big moment in this match. And, well, Simon Gotch had enough to kick out. That DDT could have beaten anyone right there, but Gotch survives. Randy Orton now lining up Gotch. Oh! Blocked the RKO. Jeez, he had to do that. It would have been all over. Orton knocks Gotch off the top of the second rope, actually. And now Rhino's back in. So, Randy, I don't know, did he want a bit of a breather, or is he considering his tag team partner? We haven't seen exactly frequent tags between the two. There's a DDT. Rhino really hung up there. And he's going to get on the top of the shoulders here. Rhino's carry, but it's not going to work out for Gotch here as Rhino's able to break free. So I was going to say, we haven't seen that much frequent tags between Rhino and Orton just yet, but they have tagged each other in and out a little bit, so it's not a case of one of them trying to do it all themselves. And what about that there from Rhino? Into a beautiful cutter. As now Rhino, hang on a second, is lining up Simon Gotch. We know what's coming now. Here comes Rhino. There's the gore. The gore there by Rhino. Gotch is laid out, and this is going to be it. Rhino to beat the Vaudevillains right here. No, the shoulder gets up. Orton had English distracted. He did his part, but Simon Gotch able to kick out. And that's a big surprise. Normally a gore will take any man down, as Rhino, who's put boots underneath the rope, but the referee does recognize it. So this is part of our new referee training program. We're hiring some new referees, hoping that they can actually see. Their eyes are working. They can see when someone's got a foot underneath the rope. They can see when someone's cheating. They can count to 10. It's a new program we're trialing. So far, so good. At the moment, English is in the corner. Rhino, oh, gets met there with the boot though. And this time a counter. And, well, hits a bit of a crossbody, I guess you could say, onto Aiden English. He's going to tag back Orton in. So, hey, you got to say, the tag team of Rhino and Orton are working out pretty well so far. A bit of miscommunication there. They could have went for a double maneuver there as a tag team, but instead they kind of messed that one up. Well, they're still ironing out the kinks a little bit, but this is a chance to really see what two great single superstars can do as a tag team. Well, we saw a superplex earlier on. Orton's going to try again on Aiden English once again. This is not good. Another superplex by Orton, and this is a chance now for Randy to win the match here. And now he's got that arm trying to make Aiden English tap. Rhino, well, he got swatted out of the way by the referee. At least this referee, he's not going to take a ref bump. He's going to make sure that he stays on his feet no matter what. Even if Rhino is running at him, he's going to make sure that he gets out of the way of Rhino. So we certainly are getting the better referees in right now. It's Orton. He's up the top now. English, hey, he wants to return the favor. He's sick and tired of going off the top of the rope. Can Randy Orton block it from happening? No! Orton off the top of the rope there. And Aiden English may be about to pull off a big upset and pin the former world champion. Can he do it? English! No, a kick out by Orton. Well, the Vaudevillains are a great tag team. But when it comes to singles, there's no doubt about it. Orton is one of the greatest of all time. He's a neck breaker. And that's why they need to rely on their tag team work to beat Randy Orton here. Because Aiden English, he's pretty confident right now. He feels as though, hey, I might be able to beat Randy Orton here. Getting a bit confident, pretty cocky. And that could cost him here. He's got to stay on the offense. You've got a chance to beat Randy Orton. You're going to take it. You don't want to mess that up. There's Aiden English now into the corner. And Orton, look out, he's going for a superplex into the turnbuckles. And geez, that's not good right there for English. This is big trouble. Randy Orton now. We saw a DDT earlier off the top. This time he's using the second rope as per usual. DDT by Orton. And that could be it for Aiden English. Orton's not done yet though. English counters. Sends Orton over the top. Aiden English, what's he got planned? Well, he's going to get the hell out of there by the looks of it. Hey, let's tag my partner in. I don't want to receive another DDT. I don't want to get RKO. Let me get the hell out of there and let my partner take one instead. That's teamwork right there. Orton's in the corner. Rhino letting Orton stay in the ring. Could have tagged himself in there, decided against it. Simon Gotch shrugs Orton away, and now looking for the backbreaker. Can't get it. Orton with another counter. And Gotch sending Orton into the corner now. This is close between these two teams. A win here for the Vaudevillains, and they could immediately be in the title hunt. A win for Randy and Rhino will establish themselves as a future team here on Smackdown. Now the DDT again, this time driving the head, spiking, and that is really going to affect Simon Gotch. Orton, is he going to tag at his partner? No. Counter there by Gotch. Might be up to Orton to win this one from here. Precious now on Randy. And there's some good power there by Simon Gotch. Going to drag Orton towards the middle of the ring. Thinks he might have a chance to beat him here. He's going to go for the cover. Orton comfortably kicking out though. Rhino was there though. He was there just in case they needed him to break things up. And that's what you want from your tag partner. You want that reassurance that if things go wrong, your partner's there to try and help you out. If Randy Orton can begin to trust Rhino, that's when this tag team will begin to work. Simon Gotch spinning around Randy Orton on the shoulders. Orton in trouble. Going for a ride that he definitely does not want to take. He didn't pay for that one, but he has to go on it anyways. And now Simon Gotch. Can he put Orton away? No, a back body drop. Just when Gotch is about to perhaps get the better of Orton. Things don't work out the way he wanted. Look out. Oh, what about that from Simon Gotch? Gotch has got Randy Orton in some big trouble here. Orton, is he about to lose to Simon Gotch? The Vaudevillains, are they about to do it? Up top, here's Gotch. Lining him up and drops the fist. Right on Orton. And he went down there really quickly. Great impact. Well, Aiden English, turn around. Your tag partner wants to tag in. How about you turn around and tag him in? We talk about chemistry and good teamwork. Well, that wasn't exactly great there from the Vaudevillains. Now he realizes the tag's coming, and here we go. Aiden English is back in. He's up top. Here comes English. What's he got planned now? Aiden English, here he comes. Well, he wants Orton to get back to his feet first. Here he comes. English. Oh, wait a second. The RKO. Randy Orton strikes, and Aiden English is seeing fairies, he's seeing stars, he's been knocked back into 1920, it's all over. He's been RKO'd back into a different century. Randy Orton strikes, and Rhino and Orton get a win. Well, is this the beginning of a new top team here on Smackdown? The tag team, well, it didn't work, they didn't work that well together, but two individuals coming together. Can they make it work? We're going to find out in the future. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our main event. And look, I don't know what to say. I don't know what Sami Zayn is thinking. Why on earth would he put his Extreme Rules match on the line against Dean Ambrose tonight? Look, Dean Ambrose baited him. That's why Ambrose left so happy earlier on in the show, because he baited Sami Zayn for this match. He talked some trash. He said, look, you're not good enough to be the number one contender, let alone the champion. And Sami Zayn was trying to prove to everyone that he is good enough. And he won at Payback. He proved to the world that he's good enough, but yet he still needs to do it again in his own mind. I'm not sure if that's the smartest idea, because Sami Zayn, well, he could lose it all tonight. He could be wondering, well, what went wrong? What did I do? Why did I do that? He could be regretting this moment. If Dean Ambrose can defeat him at, tonight, and potentially go on to become the next WWE champion. Dean Ambrose could be the champ, and Sami Zayn could be sitting at home wondering, why? I'm an idiot. Let's hope it doesn't come to that tonight, but Dean Ambrose has baited Sami Zayn into this matchup. And a few controversial statements that Dean Ambrose made, talking about how he has a bit of a distrust, a bit of disdain for the GM at the moment, Edge, because Edge hasn't been using him on SmackDown because of his WrestleMania loss in his own mind. Of course, losing at WrestleMania to Seth Rollins, costing SmackDown the #1 draft pick in the WWE draft. So, because of that, Dean Ambrose feels as though he's been sitting at home doing nothing because Edge is not happy with him. Hang on, here's the champ, Finn Balor. Well, he wants to find out who's going to be his opponent, so he's going to be coming out here and looking at this one firsthand. Well, just to finish that point off, Dean Ambrose is taking matters into his own hands. If he's not going to get the match that he's been looking for, well, he's going to come out here and make his own matches. And it has, of course, been approved, and why wouldn't it be? A big main event here, Zayn versus Ambrose. And a chance for Dean Ambrose to become, well, Finn Balor's next opponent instead of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn knocked off Roman Reigns at Payback. It was a great match. Sami Zayn had to fight for his life. It was the biggest win in his career, no doubt about that. But now, a few days after, a spiking DDT, driving his head. A headlock driving DDT, and now that's trouble here for Sami Zayn. But he looks to be okay because Ambrose is not going for the cover. There's now the knee again. So Sami Zayn is risking it all a few days later. After winning at Payback, he could potentially be doing nothing at Payback, Extreme Rules rather, because of, I don't know, is it his own ego? He needs to prove that he's good enough, or is he just sick and tired of the doubters? Is he tired of everyone saying that he's not good enough? He just wants everyone to believe that he is. What about that from Zayn? A swanton off the top of the rope. Is that enough to beat Ambrose here? Ambrose countering back though, and Zayn not being able to get in the best position to go for a cover. Leg sweep there as Ambrose now looks to be back in control. Well, Roman Reigns, you can tell he won't be exactly thrilled that Dean Ambrose is perhaps getting another opportunity out of the blue and could potentially be the next #1 contender out of nothing, when Roman Reigns, well, he had an opportunity at the championship and Sami Zayn cost him the title shot. And then when Roman Reigns lost to Sami Zayn at Payback, his chances of getting another title opportunity are gone. So Reigns will have to be definitely pissed off, and probably will have a bit of a score to settle with Sami Zayn at some point. As now these elbow strikes here by Zayn. Well, a lot went down at Payback, of course, and just a bit of an update on the Chris Jericho and Hideo Itami incident. Both superstars were actually banned from the building tonight because, well, Edge is sick and tired of the two fighting, and he wants a bit of peace around here on SmackDown. He doesn't want his whole locker room torn up between the two. So they were actually banned from the building tonight as Zayn drop kicks off the top of the rope there. Not a bad maneuver there by Sami Zayn. Didn't feel like he got all of it, but enough to get himself back in control. So yes, Chris Jericho and Hideo Itami have been banned, and it's now Zayn going for the Blue Thunder Bomb. This could be it here. Hold that thought. Zayn, shoulders down. Can he do it? No. Ambrose kicks out. Well, it looks as though we might be seeing an Itami versus Jericho match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view coming up. We might be able to settle the score once and for all right there. I'm very much so looking forward to that one. As Ambrose now hit with a suplex. Sami Zayn bridges through. Could be it here. Zayn, no, can only get a count of 1. Well, Zayn might not be beating Ambrose yet, but he's putting the pressure on, and Ambrose is having to kick out, and Zayn, well, moonsault off the second, springing off the ropes. He's delivering it all again. And this is the type of action we saw from Sami Zayn at Payback, and he's trying to deliver the same style here tonight. An all guns blazing type of match, trying to put it all on the line, risk it all, give it his absolute best. And I'm sure if you're Finn Balor, you don't mind that. As, oh, Ambrose went for the dirty deeds, instead gets countered there by Sami Zayn, and Zayn now going for his own, perhaps, finishing maneuver. As now he's, oh, we saw this! This is what beat Roman Reigns, the Koji Clutch! Sami Zayn! Can he make Ambrose tap? He's got it locked in really good. Ambrose is close to the ropes. He's got to reach out a little more, though. He's still got it in. Ambrose not tapping, though. Referee right on top of it. And, oh, Ambrose hits the elbow, and Finn Balor distracting here. What's Finn Balor thinking? You know, maybe he just wants to get himself involved here. Maybe he just wants to, you know, mess around with the referee. Maybe he's helping Dean Ambrose. Who knows? Finn Balor, I think he's just having a bit of fun at the moment. He's just bringing in a steel chair. I think he wants both these guys just to beat the hell out of each other. Why not? Steel chair in the ring now as Ambrose is heating up. Here he comes in the corner. Running Bulldog. Dean Ambrose on fire here. And he wants more. He wants Sami Zayn to get up. Well, this is Dean Ambrose trying to get himself a regular spot here on Smackdown, because the last month since the draft, he hasn't had an opportunity. He's been sitting at home. Edge hasn't been thrilled with him, and he's sick and tired of it. So he wants to prove Edge that he should be booked every week. Here's the cover now. And a shoulder are up as Dean Ambrose kicks out. That's going to be frustrating. You lose one big match at WrestleMania. But before that, Ambrose was performing excellent. He was at his absolute best. As, oh! Zayn sent over the top of the rope, and a huge fall there. That is going to hurt Sami Zayn big time, as the referee got that steel chair out of the ring as well. That's why we're paying him the big bucks. He's on top of it. Took him 5 minutes, but he got there in the end. At least the chair wasn't used. Ambrose now back in the ring. And he might be looking to put Sami Zayn away now. Sami Zayn, don't turn around. You're not going to like it. Here it comes. Dirty Deeds. Yes, connects. Dirty Deeds. Zayn. Well, his hand was underneath the rope, was it? Zayn's going to kick out. And he will. Almost losing his Extreme Rules main event for the title. Ambrose nearly stole it. I've got to say, Ambrose, a little lucky there. Sami Zayn's hand was underneath the rope before the count began. Maybe the referee decided, because the count hadn't begun, it didn't matter. We can't ever question our referee's decision making now. We've got the best referees in the world. If that's what he decided to rule, then that's the absolute fact. Drops down with a splash there. And now Zayn looking to put Ambrose away. Can he do it? Oh, that was close. Kick out at 2, but geez, he's getting close, Zayn. He's truly fighting for his career here. The biggest match in his life is about to slip away if he can't find something to beat Dean Ambrose here. Ambrose. Is he about to steal it all from Zayn? Zayn went for a suplex. Ambrose countering. Hits one of his own. Looks as though Finn Balor, he's quite happy to have Ambrose in control here. Believes that Ambrose might be a better opponent. But I think, you've got to be pretty impressed if you're Finn Balor. Sami Zayn, a huge win over Roman Reigns. He's been really stepping up as of late, and that momentum can be quite off-putting as a champion. That can be very scary. You've got a guy who's on a roll, who's hot. It's hard to stop. Finn Balor probably recognizes that. And, Ambrose hasn't really been doing all that much. He's, I guess for lack of a better word, he's, stone cold. He's doing nothing. His last big match was a huge loss. He hasn't got a lot of momentum. So if you're Finn Balor, maybe Dean Ambrose is the right opponent you're looking for. Instead of Sami Zayn, who looks as though he's got his mojo. He's got the confidence for the first time in his career that he can win the big matches. Ambrose countered now as Sami Zayn. Looks as though he was going to get some momentum building, but he can't. There's now a big strike there by Ambrose. And Zayn's also been cut in the forehead. Here's the cover now by Ambrose. Could be it. As shoulders up. So the big right hand just struck Sami Zayn really harsh, and it's drawn a bit of blood there. Now the heads collide. Right hand now by Zayn. What can he do? The heads colliding still. One man is going to get the better. Who's it going to be? Ambrose wants to get Zayn over that top of the rope. And now, hang on. Ambrose, here he comes. Off the ropes into the clothesline. That lunatic clothesline there by Ambrose. He's taken down Sami Zayn. And the lunatic fringe is getting close to booking his place at Extreme Rules. Well, Sami Zayn wanted it. He wanted to prove that he's good enough to beat the top guys. Well, Ambrose is one of the absolute best we have. If Zayn can beat him, he's done all that. Oh! Attempted kick there to the head, but Zayn avoided it. Snapmare takedown. If Zayn loses tonight, well, he'll know that he lost, giving it his absolute all. Shots to the gut there of Ambrose. Zayn now, hang on, going for it. Koji clutch, locked in. Ambrose in trouble, nowhere to go. And he has to tap out, and Sami Zayn survives. Sami Zayn is going to Extreme Rules to challenge Finn Balor for the WWE Championship. What a win by Sami Zayn. He's done it. I mean, I don't know why he took the match. It was a dumb move in my opinion. He risked it all for really what? But look, he wanted this match. He wanted to prove that he could beat Ambrose, and he did. He's now got a big win over Reigns. He's now got a big win over Dean Ambrose. He's beaten 2 former world champions in the space of a week. If that's not good enough to prove that you're good enough to challenge for the championship, I don't know what is. Sami Zayn has officially arrived. He's now one of the top guys here on Smackdown, and he gets his chance at the championship at the upcoming Extreme Rules pay-per-view when he meets Finn Balor one-on-one. Well, the Koji clutch worked the charm again, defeating Dean Ambrose with it. He beat Reigns with it as well. And Sami Zayn, he's pretty pumped up about that win. Finn Balor looked as though he was preferring Dean Ambrose rather than Sami Zayn. Well, Finn, it's locked in now. You're going to have to start worrying about Sami Zayn, because he's the man you'll be facing in Extreme Rules. Big win there by Sami Zayn. What a night, what a week it's been for Sami Zayn. Terrific. And wait a second, oh, from behind! Roman Reigns from behind strikes with a Superman punch. Well, Roman Reigns is sick of this celebration, and he's come here, well, to send a bit of a message of his own. He's not through with Sami Zayn yet. He's not done with him. Zayn cost him the title, cost him a rematch, and now Zayn's going to get it at Extreme Rules instead of Reigns. Hits the spear. Message sent by the big dog. He's laid out the #1 contender. But it's not going to get him a title shot, because Sami Zayn is going to get his chance at Finn Balor at Extreme Rules one-on-one for the WWE Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for today's episode of Universe Mode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you do leave a like on this episode. Check out the website, BrendenPlayz.com, for more information about Universe Mode, the rosters and title history and things like that. Also, follow me on Twitter at BrendenPlayz so you can stay up to date with everything to do with BrendenPlayz, and also like our Facebook page. BrendenPlayz is the link as well. The links are in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let's try and hit 4 likes. That's all I'm asking for. 4 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already seen more. And I'll see you on the next one.